Hi, my name is Destiny and I study interior design. I'm in my third year. You may recognise me, I've done this before, and I'm rerunning because there's still a lot more to be done.
Hi, my name is Jasleen and I'm a global MBA candidate at DMU. Currently, I serve as the course rep and front runner, and I'm running for the candidacy of international experience student leader.
Hi, I'm Libs and I'm running for Wellbeing and Inclusivity student voice leader because I want to make DMU a safe and inclusive space.
Hi everyone, my name is Precious and I'm currently running for the role of the Student Voice Academic Officer, and currently undergoing my MSc in Project Management.
Hello everyone, my name is Judith and I am still Exec, and I'm rerunning because I know there are lots to be done and I want to make sure that everything is going and I'm perfect. That's why I'm running again.
Cool, so I've got a bunch of statements that I'm going to share with you guys, so you can just use your cards to let me know whether you agree or disagree. So the first one is, networking events should be a mandatory part of the university experience, even if some students find them intimidating. Okay, so a couple of smiley faces, that means mostly everyone agrees. So do you want to start and share why you've gone for the neutral one?
Because different students will have different reasons as to why they don't want to participate, so I don't see the need to make students do it and make them feel more uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's understandable. And do you want to share? Start off with this one.
I think I chose the wrong emoji. Sorry. I was meant to put in the angle face in it. The angle face. Obviously, DMU is known for its inclusivity, and so however, we want a university for every student where disability, international student, home student, everyone gets the best experience while studying in DMU.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason why I said that because aside from schooling, school is not just about going for academic alone. It's about after school, are you able to gain things? Are you able to meet people? Who are you able to talk to? Who are you able to connect with? So that's why I said that it is okay for students to have this mandatory for networking. Networking is not just about your self-development alone. You don't know who you're trying to also help. Through networking, somebody might actually really gain from you, and you might actually really gain from that person. And with that, we are going to have a very good environment for growth and diversity and inclusion.
So I went with the smiley face. I was a little bit on the fence, but I think if networking opportunities are designed in such a way that it's not a case of go speak to people, and it's actually designed in a way that caters to everyone's kind of like social preferences, then I think it'd be a really good opportunity, because in this day and age, it's not really about what you know. It's not just the fact that you've got a degree. It is very much about who you know. So giving everybody an opportunity to kind of network and engage with different people and speak to people who might already be in the industry that you're interested in, I think is a really good opportunity to kind of get out there and try and make a name for yourself and start your career.
So I strongly agree with that statement, is because when you're at university, it's just not an academic experience, isn't it? It's about turning all your academic resources into actual employability resources as well. So I believe if we make these sessions mandatory, students are going to have a feel of what it looks like when they step out of university. I believe it makes them more empowered to be professionals. So they actually, so all the time and resources that they've invested in this degree can actually, help them to be better individuals in society. So that this would be the first step. That I believe, I genuinely believe that it is an intimidating experience, but I believe if we turn that experience into a lifetime opportunity after you graduate, then I believe that it's something that's necessary.
Yeah. Okay. So the second one is, more online and hybrid learning options should be introduced, even if it reduces in-person university engagement. Cool. So let's start off with the two here. So do you want to start?
Education is only about the normal standard one that you learn in class alone. So I feel like you learn from your peers, you learn from teachers, you learn from the environment, you learn from community. So when it's being limited alone, it's just like, your lecturer might not be able to see if you're really learning, and then because we already have the right standard way of hybrid already, it's not really going to enhance student way of engaging with other students. In order for you to also grow, education is not just about what you learn online alone or what you learn in classes alone. It's also about what you learn across every other person. Like right now, I'm from Nigeria. I want to learn from her. If I'm only doing that hybrid at home, I might not be able to learn from her culture. I might not be able to learn what she likes to do, what their culture is all about. If that is just why I'm a student, I don't want to learn like that. I want to learn across all board. That's why I feel like no. Yeah.
And then do you want to share why you also chose the same one?
Yeah, so I disagree with this because I think the university experience, and especially different styles of learning, research from what that was during COVID when teaching was predominantly online, research suggests that students were actually unhappier in that environment. So even though it's like, yeah, we don't have to wake up super early to get to a 9 a.m. lecture, they felt quite disconnected from their peers. So I think it's actually important that we either maintain the balance between in-person sessions and online sessions, if any other courses do still have them online, or actually increase the amount of time that we're spending on campus, because predominantly the university experience isn't just about learning, just as Judith said. It is also about getting to know your peers and making friends and that overall physical experience.
Yeah. And do you want to share yours?
Yeah. Over the past few months, I've been a faculty representative, and this question was obviously what I managed to ask students, and I got lots of students who stated that they prefer coming to classes, and some students prefer in person or however online learning. So I'm going to briefly explain what reasons the students were given. For the students who agreed on the online lectures, they believe in comfortability, having lectures at the comfort of their comfort zones and things like that. And for the students who agreed in coming to campus and things like that, made it known to me that attending classes helps them a whole lot, because I have had situations with students where, however, they might not really have reasons like coming to class, I just want to go to class, take attendance and things like that, but there's no possible way that at least 70% of students who goes to class, so at least just to take attendance, however, may grab one or two things from that lectures. And it's not just all about attending class. I keep telling students, it's all about what you want, and this education, this course, or this program you're running right now, how best are you going to push this out in the market, job market out there? Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Do you want to share why you chose yours?
So I strongly believe in that statement, just because when I think of that sentence from a postgrad student's view, I believe we've sort of been through the university experience already, and when it comes to being a postgrad student, we're sort of older and we've got more commitments. So I believe in order to have a stable and a healthy balance between both university and other commitments, if we push say a 50-50 balance between in-person and online lectures, then I believe we can cater to the needs of all students. It cannot just be mandatorily asking students to be in here. Yes, I agree with all what my peers have said, that yes, when we're attending sessions in person, we learn from one another. But I believe it is possible to do the same even when we are meeting online. It depends upon how much I'm adding to that lecture, what I'm contributing, because we can communicate when we are attending online sessions as well. It's not like that aspect is restricted. So I feel a healthy balance between both is what would be beneficial for everybody.
Yeah, and finally yourself?
So I really strongly agree with this statement, because if you have additional needs, you're a wheelchair user, you're having a bad day health-wise, mentally, it will make it more inclusive for students to be able to log on, attend online, and if they are consistent as well, and it's something that the university does universally across subjects, you can then build a community. So I understand about the getting to know students in class, the class environment, but you could also create that online and also help students feel more comfortable and boost attendance for some students as well.
Cool. And the final one that I'm going to share with you guys is competitive sports teams should prioritise performance over inclusivity, even if it means some students feel excluded from participation. Okay, so a lot of angry faces here to say that you disagree, and then only one. So do you want to share why you do agree with that statement?
I do somewhat agree with the statements because sports is competitive for a reason. There has to be a standard of a certain degree of performance that we expect when we are participating in competitive sports. It sort of brings that energy, that kind of commitment that a person can. I believe so. Although it might seem a bit unfair, but I believe that is the nature of sports, isn't it? So I would say I somewhat agree with that statement.
Yeah. And then do you want to share why you agree?
So I'm angry faced. I think that it would be unfair to make it so that basically only the best people at the sport can play. I believe the current setup is there are some teams who will play against other universities, and then they have more like casual teams, and I think that's the best approach, because at least then people who want to participate just for the fun of it, for the social side, or just to get some exercise in, because we all need exercise, they have that opportunity to do so, and they don't feel like they can't participate because they're not good enough. And not to mention, if you have to be good enough to participate, that introduces a whole host of mental health issues, and that sense of not being good enough, and that's not a mindset we want to be inputting into our students. So.
It has to be inclusive because there's Paralympians, so why basically judge someone or limit someone from trying something new that could help their mental health, that could help them make friends and enhance their community, just because they may be different or have additional needs. And they can also be competitive as well. You've just got to open up that opportunity and not limit it to performance, because who knows, if you give someone a shot, they will like amaze people. And like Destiny said, it can really impact people's mental health if you limit them.
I'm going to use an example for you. As a student, we all literally, I'm an MS student project management. I can go online and then get information on things I want to get about my course, but I choose to come to school to get much more knowledge. So this boils down to this question you just gave right now. So in this question, I would advise the sport team, or however, to create an inclusive environment, in as much like maybe creating questions, trying to know if the student has passions for this. Because I've had students who has that who has a capacity to do that thing, but however, when you give them the chance and the room to do this thing, they are able to excel well in this part. So giving those students the opportunity to go for the role, teach them and let them know what. And I believe they're going to even do more compared to students who they feel already has the skills. Thank you.
Yeah, and finally,
in a world where everybody matters, in a world where we all want to be heard, why should you think that somebody is not good enough? That's not good enough. That's not a good thing. Look, if in sport now we have Paralympic, we have the normal one. If that could happen in the world, and then we've seen where the Paralympic really turn up, and then it's a really very extraordinary, very brilliant, and then because you feel like you can make a rule and then you want to celebrate them, why would you want to do that? Everybody matters. As far as you can do something, why don't you allow them to do it? So I don't think that should be allowed. As far as you're human, you have life to do anything you want to do. You have right to do whatever you want to become. So nobody should limit anybody's standard because of they have something that you feel like is not good enough. Everybody is good enough in my own word. So I would say no.
Okay, thank you guys so much for coming to today's interview, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the campaign.